Good morning everyone, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be talking about the different types of fiberglass. There's more, but we're going to specifically focus on the four types that apply to our space, which is architectural accents, columns, railings, cornice, etc. The first one is on the rear side. It really doesn't apply much to our space, but from time to time it does, and that's what's called filament wound. And basically it is a product that looks similar to this right here, which is our Pultrusion. We'll jump into that in a bit. Essentially it is a fiberglass strand that is pulled through a machine that impregnates it with polyester resin, and then you have what's called a mandrel, or a big tube that spins, and the fiberglass is pulled around it in various patterns to create about 50+% of fiberglass content. It's very lightweight, it is load bearing, it's expensive on the custom side, typically 3/16 inch thick, and once the fiberglass is actually wound around the mandrel, it has to go into an oven and cure. Typically what that product is for are basically tubes like you see here, square, rectangle, triangular, round, but essentially they are tubes. They are in one shape, they don't have any type of tapering to it, etc. Typically they are essentially tubes, so a lot of times you'll see docks, and instead of the wood being exposed, they will have a tube that slides over it. So on the marine side you see the filament wound a lot more. The next product, or the next fiberglass type, is what we call Spun-Cast. Essentially it is a slurry that has resin, calcium carbonate, and about 1 to 3% fiberglass content. That slurry then is poured into a mold which is spun on a machine, and the forces push the slurry to the outside and it takes shape of that mold, and then it creates your final shape. Typically this product is the heaviest. It's about 1/2 inch thickness. The possibilities with it are endless. We can make round tapered, non-tapered, we can make a barrel shape, we can do a fluted, we can do recessed panels, multiple different panels, we can create animal figures out of it. Basically virtually limitless as far as what we can do with it. These columns tend to be load bearing, they are heavy as I stated previously, and the material actually cures in the mold, so we don't have to put it in an oven, etc. The next fiberglass is what's called spray up. This is typically very thin, 3/16 inch. On the bigger sizes we could reinforce it with a core mat, making it thicker. The fiberglass content is about 40%, so this makes it very strong. As with the cast product, the styles, shapes are virtually limitless with this. Typically you would see the FRP in larger size diameters and heights for split columns. That's why you have this lap flange here, so one goes over the other, and then you glue and screw these together. This product also comes with the gel coat finish. The gel coat is applied. Once the gel coat cures, we have specialized equipment, a chop gun, that pulls the fiberglass strand, impregnating it with resin and chopping the strand that we set the length to into the mold. And between every layer, depending on the product itself or the thickness, it could be 3 layers, 4, etc. Between every layer we use specialized rollers to compress the fiberglass, getting all the air pockets out. Once that's done, after all the layers, this product also cures in the mold. Takes about an hour to cure. And then the last product again is the Pultruded, which, similar to the filament wound, there's a big machine that pulls fiberglass strand, impregnating it with the polyester resin. The difference here though is there is a die that is heated, so as all of that is being pulled through the die, as the product comes out of the machine, it's already cured out. This product is also limited as far as shapes. They would have to be non-tapered, meaning they would be the same size all the way through, and this would be round or square. The thickness is 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. They are load bearing, not to a really high extent, so this would be typical for smaller size columns that are supporting a small overhang, a small roof. That concludes the video as far as the different material types. If you do want to learn more about each individual material and product, you can visit our website. We have all the data and testing on that site. We also have all the different styles available. If you have any questions, reach out to us. Thanks for watching.